Good afternoon, YouTube. Okay, this is take two. Usually take two is always the best. Oh, and god damn, I am feeling myself right now. I got better threads on than Drake. That is probably the wrong reference to use right now, especially after the fact that Kendrick buried him. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, he did. Yes, the fuck he did. Woo! All right. So we are going to get into today's show. But before we get started, like I said, be sure to click the link in the description of this video and use the best VPN service right fucking now. That service being NordVPN. If you don't want people stealing your shit, or even worse, stealing your identity, then click the link in the description of this video and use NordVPN. Again, it's right there, black and white, set in stone. Oh my God, I've been using it for so long. It is one of the best VPN services that I have had since I signed up for it. NordVPN, baby. Let them know I sent you. And now it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. And by the end of the episode, you will know whose game this is, with everybody saying no mercy sports. Yeah!
Nobody can stop me now.
Let me talk to you. Oh my God, there has been so much shit going on in the world of the NBA. I nearly gave up on this season just from the All-Star game alone. Why? Because those dumbasses really decided, hey, you know what? It's the All-Star game. We're going to score nearly 400 fucking points alone. At least the other sports decide, hey, you know what? We're actually going to make things interesting. We're going to get into the NBA playoffs. There's a lot to discuss right now. But before we get started, let me bring on somebody who's a regular on this show. Love to have him. Oh my God, he's got some big and spicy takes. Mr. Spicy Big Mac, what is going on, baby?
What's going on, buddy? Oh man, today was a trip.
Yeah. No, check.
I've been trying to get a car, and I finally found one, decent price. You know, wasn't too much above it. Mm-hmm. Fucking company tried to finance me $30,000 for a 2008 Cadillac Escalade. $30,000 for financing. That was, I mean, now mind you, the price on the actual car is $12,700.
And they tried to finance you $30,000?
$500 a month for 60 months. Again, 2008 Cadillac with over 100,000 miles.
Nana.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
My God. Wow. Well, look, I mean, like I said before I brought you on, I nearly gave up on this NBA season just from the All-Star game alone. And it was like, you know what? Bigs are not really the bigs that we thought. You know, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dwight Howard was even the last of a dying breed of the post-up game, getting the crucial points needed and getting the crucial rebounds needed for that matter. But as soon as I saw the series between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the defending NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets, things really changed. Speaking of the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, ladies and gentlemen, a 3-time MVP, and out of the last 4 years, 3 out of the last 4 years, and an NBA champion on top of that. Let's talk about it. The 3 times that he has been MVP of the league, the Nuggets have been bounced in the playoffs. However, the one fucking time he doesn't win MVP that went to Joel Embiid, he and the Denver Nuggets go on and win the NBA championship. I mean, look, bro, if you're going to be MVP of the league and you're going to get that trophy, add some more fucking hardware to that fucking trophy case of yours. Become an NBA champion. Be the finals MVP. Do something. Don't just win MVP and get bounced in the fucking playoffs. I mean, look, at this point, are trophies like Defensive Player of the Year and MVP just participation trophies?
Whereas, though, I disagree with you on who won MVP. Because, I mean, you could have gave it to Edwards. You could have gave it to, Edwards. Alexander.
Oh,
GSP.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, the player on the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, they were guys that, I mean, they should have been big in the MVP talks. Mm-hmm. But I mean, again, you're
even Luka Doncic.
Like, I mean, again, for my whole thing is, all right, so MVP is the guy who carried his team, who played the absolute best that season. Okay, you take that person off that team is nowhere where, you know what I mean? Nowhere near as good, doesn't win anywhere near as many games. Like, that's who an MVP caliber player is. You're looking at points, you're looking at assists, you're looking at wins, and then you're looking at game effect. And I really feel like sometimes the game effect is like, like they're iffy on it. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, you're talking about a dude who went in 20 fucking game span, averaged almost 30 fucking points. Like, even Brunson was fucking spectacular.
Absolutely.
And I mean, like, bro was a 20 piece every fucking night, pretty much.
We're going to get to the Knicks in a bit, but keep cooking, baby.
Like, there were plenty of other guys where you could have actually put them up there and been like, is Jokic the real MVP? Listen, without Jokic, that's still a play-in caliber team.
Absolutely.
It is. So, all right, and let's bring him in. Here it is. Vandy Chris.
Yes, sir. He's been backstage for quite a while. Mr. Vandy Chris.
He's like, let me in, motherfuckers.
Yes. Fucking talk to us.
SGA should have been, hands down, the MVP. He put up more 30-point games than anybody in the league, and he did it with Jordan-like numbers.
Yes.
Only two players
you can
have
even
scored
make an
30
argument
points.
for Anthony Edwards, for crying out loud.
So only two players have scored 30 points in as many games as SGA did this year. They both won MVP. That's Michael Jordan and Steph Curry. Giving it to Joker was a cop-out.
It really was. It was only because that the Nuggets were the defending NBA champions. And, I mean, hell, like Lil Wayne said, this dude is basically the YMCA dad that is just like, screw it, the hoop is there somewhere, and it goes in somehow. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, come on. Even Anthony, like, the defense for the Timberwolves against the Nuggets was so bad that they won in 7 games. And, like, that was the finals. I don't care what anybody says. The series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, that was the finals.
I disagree.
Really?
I think it was Denver and Oklahoma City. Or Oklahoma City and Dallas.
Oh,
that was the finals.
I was like, I don't remember that, but okay.
see, Joker winning MVP's got Max so tore up. He's just talking air over here.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
yelling at the kids and talking to my buddy who just came in.
but I mean, look, I see it like this. Minnesota is basically bringing back that old school physical defense, trash talking, get inside your head type basketball. That is something that the NBA has been lacking for a very, very long time. Why? Because the NBA is all about being buddy, like, hey, how you doing? You know, oh, I'm going to drop 30 on you. Well, guess what? I'm going to drop 30 on you. Nah. It should be like,
You mean the old school Pistons defense?
yes. That's what I'm saying.
If you go into the rack, you're going to come back with bloody lip.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, hell, Anthony Edwards is, in my opinion, from what I've seen, just from the Western Conference semifinals alone against the Denver Nuggets, he was MJ 2.0. He loved every single second of the fact that the Nuggets got into the series, forced the game, and they forced the game 7, and he took over from there. And right now, they are in the Western Conference Finals. Now, it's no secret that Timberwolves superstar Anthony Edwards took last year personally after losing to the Denver Nuggets. But the Nuggets got, baby, in one of, hell, if not the greatest Game 7s of all time in basketball that I've ever seen. The Wolves go down 20, and somehow they got back into it. They played hard defense. They got crucial takeaways. They got crucial points. They got crucial rebounds. I mean, the list goes on. Now, despite a mediocre performance from Anthony Edwards in Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals, are we seeing a reincarnation of MJ in the form of Anthony Edwards?
No. Come on.
Slow that roll.
Listen, you're comparing apples to oranges, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. He is a talent. He is fucking spectacular. But by no means can you put, again, it's a different era. This is different basketball. Like, I want to start really comparing guys to their own generation, or maybe one generation back. Put them 2 and 3 generations back, it just isn't fair. Because the whole thing is, we all know what Michael Jordan would do today.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
He dropped 50 at least.
But that's the whole thing. We don't know, but we know. Okay. Yeah. So again, for me, comparing apples to oranges. Okay. Like, I mean, even Kobe Bryant is a closer, like, if you want to, like, because I mean, that's what he looked like out there. He was carrying the team. And I'm sorry, you're calling out Cat. I'm calling out Rudy Gobert. Okay, that's who I'm calling out. He should be a double-double machine. He's playing the softest basketball I've seen him play in a long time.
I don't know. I mean, what do you call it?
He had one good game
over Joker that he had in Game 7. That was the beginning of the end for the Nuggets.
On average,
he's got
if you
12
take
points and 14 rebounds.
Okay, so
he's doing something right.
A better comparison for Edwards would be Steph Curry. I can't even put him in the bracket with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's more in the Jordan bracket. Where
I was just saying what he looked like. I was just talking about what he looked like. I wouldn't say he looked like MJ. I would say, you know, he had Kobe-esque to him.
Kobe and MJ, those guys played against teams that actually played defense.
You're talking
this league today is
the Timberwolves play defense.
Yeah, but they're not going against themselves.
Look, hold on. But I was listen, and everybody has to admit this. Kobe, especially the last 5-6 years of his career, he took very much control over getting fouled and getting easy free throws. Okay, the little boom, taking a little contact. Like Kobe was great at that. And he excelled at that, especially in the last 5-6 years of his career. And I mean, I know he did it a little through the middle, but again, it's just like when you look at things like that's what I'm saying. And that's what Anthony Edwards does. He goes in the paint, and if you fuck up and leave your feet, he's getting that free throw. He's going to make that contact and go up. And that's what I mean by that, as far as comparing him to, good players. Now, the whole thing is, can you not just do that for a handful of games? Can you do that the rest of these playoffs? Can you win that championship? Can you really start being on the echelon of people that you can say, oh, my God, like this guy can actually win multiple championships. He's really that good. But, I mean, you're talking somebody he's not even on the doorstep. He's not even up the steps yet.
And to your point,
I mean, look, Anthony Edwards is in guided the Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals right now. Now, yes, he did get gassed because Kyrie Irving was on him basically all frigging night. But what he needs to do is step his cardio game up. And it's like, okay, cool. You're going to push against me. I'm going to push back. Bet. Let's go.
I just want him to take good shots. Just take good shots. The forcing, like I'm telling you right now, his percentage would have probably been 10%, at least 10% better if he wouldn't have forced shots. What was it? 2 different times he came down the court and just chucked one up. Like you're fucking 5-6 feet behind the 3-point line. You're just chucking it up. Like, bro, come on, take good shots.
Yeah, but we also have Damian Lillard and Steph Curry to blame for that.
But I mean, again, to me, if you want to be on the echelon, if you really want to win a championship, you're playing smart basketball. Okay, right. That's 2 possessions. Okay, I can, if I sit here and think about it, I can probably name 2 or 3 more that I saw that he just kind of threw it away. And that's what I mean. Like if you're going in, you're taking good shots, you're setting your team up, you're setting yourself up, you're looking for the best shot possible. I mean, bro, that's how you win games. He has a lot of places on the court where he shoots a very high percentage.
Even towards the end of game 1, like he was damn near half court and completely gassed.
Okay, so one thing to consider here is you've seen maturation from Anthony Edwards in these playoffs. During the regular season, he wouldn't go to the offensive boards. He wouldn't go to the defensive boards. He wasn't that kind of player. In the playoffs, he started doing that. But I will contend that Kyrie Irving could do that for one game. Can he do it for the whole season or for the whole series? Because he's older. I'm not sure he's got the legs to do it.
What?
And he's also got an injury history that I'm not sure Irving can defend him for 7 games.
Yeah. It's the first game of the series, but I'll tell you what, we got 6 more games to go, baby. I honestly think, much like against the Denver Nuggets, this series goes all 7 games. Yeah. And I'm still going to rely on the Minnesota Timberwolves to get the job done. If not 6, at least 7.
So I will 100% say this. If the Mavericks continue and play team ball like they have been doing, and I will say this, Gafford, Lively, Jones, and Nazir, those 4 guys, okay, and McDaniels. I'll give McDaniels his call. These guys are great role players. At any game, they could have 6 rebounds and 6 points, or they could have 3 rebounds and 15 fucking points. Like, and it's nuts. And I just want to say these guys are doing an amazing job as backups, as role players, as starters, because they swapped them in and out multiple times. And the Dallas Mavericks, they're doing great. Again, they continue.
I'll say this: the Timberwolves have been doing good, putting Naz Reid in there.
Yeah, see, wrong team. Sorry, wrong team.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what's crazy though. This motherfucking comment right here, bro. Look at Anthony Edwards right now, and look at MJ in his early years when he first came into the league, and you tell me Anthony Edwards and Michael Jordan do not look the same. I dare you, because they do.
They don't.
Even
Michael Jordan in his early years was a human highlight reel with no stopping. And we just saw Anthony Edwards get gassed.
Yeah, in
there's
the
no
first
comparison.
game of the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, but there's no comparison to a guy that's getting gassed to a guy that never got gassed.
Yeah, well, you know what? Anthony Edwards is going to, much like MJ, is going to take it personally, and he'll bounce back. And the Wolves will tie the series up at 1 apiece.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Well, I mean, listen, I would love to see that. But, I mean, again, it really is. Every night it's going to depend on who shows up.
Yeah.
Who shows up? Because I promise you, if Luka or Kyrie doesn't have the like, if they're not able to go back and forth with who's going to be that leading scorer, who's really going to take that charge, and Luka's got, you know, I mean, he's a little banged up. So I mean, I guess if he starts shooting real hot and he, you know what I mean, like, and I'm not gonna lie, all right, to watch this man walk and do a spin while pretty much walking and fake Anthony Edwards out, I'm just saying that was beautiful. That was beautiful. He fake went this way, turned around, and just dribbled the ball, laid it up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, he did the old man on him. But again, is he going to be able to get you 25, 28, 30 points? You know, and then is Kyrie going to be at least able to get you 15 to 20? Because that's what they're going to – somebody's going to have to get close to 30. Somebody's going to have to score at least 15. Like, that's how it's going to have to balance. And, again, the role players they have are great. And I know they will carry some type of the load, but are the stars going to be big enough? And that's what it is with Dallas. Like, as long as one of the two come to play superstar, I think the Dallas have a good chance. But like I said, I want to see the Timberwolves win. I want to see the Timberwolves win because I honestly want to see the best all-around team versus the other all-around best team. And for me, that's what you're putting the Timberwolves versus the Celtics. That's who I want to see.
We're going to get into the Celtic for a bit, but for right now, we are going to take the first commercial break. So we will be back after this commercial.
Icy Breeze is the world's first portable air conditioner and cooler. A premium ice cooler that doubles as an eco-friendly portable air conditioner. This is not a swamp cooler, just blowing air across ice. Over 60 parts and components allow Icy Breeze to achieve what no other product in the world can do. The secret behind the Icy Breeze is an innovative design that circulates chilled ice water through a heat exchanger in the lid, replacing the Freon used in most ACs. Fresh air is drawn from hidden vents in the top of the cooler, pulled across the exchanger, and chilled down to 35 degrees cooler than the outside air. A 3-speed fan control delivers Icy Breeze's dry, cold air up to 25 miles per hour, just like a car AC. And a stay-put flex hose directs the breeze in any direction. Wherever you need it, Icy Breeze helps you beat the heat.
I'll tell you one thing. If you are looking to go to Saudi Arabia for WWE King and Queen of the Ring, something like that is definitely going to come in handy. Now, let's get to the eastern part of things. The New York Knicks. What in the fucking hell happened? Unfortunately, that's right. They got bit by the injury bug. They got bit by the injury bug is what happened.
Stop.
And what?
Don't ever
What?
if you are a New York Knick, don't you ever
What?
besmirch the name Reggie Miller. Don't you ever go up to him while he's doing a broadcast and chirp in his ear that you're a better team. Because guess what? Indiana owns the Knicks.
Well, look, I'll tell you one thing. Tom Thibodeau comes from the coaching tree of Pat Riley. Now, Pat Riley has been known to run his players ragged, and it obviously shows. But because after a humiliating Game 7 loss to the Pacers, is it time for Tom Thibodeau to think about switching up his coaching game? Or should he stick to the whole old saying, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
I got a better idea.
Oh boy. This should be good.
You couldn't ever win a championship anywhere else. Maybe it's time for his old ass to retire and let some of the younger guys come in here and coach that team.
Who's gonna want to be the head coach for the New York Knicks, though?
I mean,
they have the talent. I mean, for crying out loud. Like, the Knicks were right fucking there to win the series and go on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Tom Thibodeau had Kevin Garnett and, God, who was the point guard that he had with Garnett and couldn't win a title?
When the fuck was he in Brooklyn coaching the Nets?
He was in Minnesota for a long time.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure he was coaching at Minnesota when Kevin Garnett was at Minnesota.
I might have to look that up, but I mean,
he's been in the league for decades, and it's time for him to go.
Well, I was gonna say, like, look, he got his shining moment when he was the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, and they were so heavy on defense. Like, hell, they were the team that ended Miami's 27-game win streak, for crying out loud.
Okay. He's still sucked everywhere he's been.
I don't know about that. I mean, we've seen a lot of players. Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson, Joakim fucking Noah. Like, the core of the Chicago Bulls, when he was coaching them, have gone where he has gone to coach.
That don't make him a good coach.
I don't know. I mean, look. Yeah, unfortunately, New York got hit by the injury bug towards the end of the series against Indiana. But I guarantee you, if New York is healthy and they go against Indiana again, the Knicks are taking it.
Sorry, I missed it.
What are your thoughts on Tom Thibodeau?
I mean, like, I understand. Like, at this point, it's just like, I'd give him another year if everybody's healthy. Right? I'd give him a shot. Here's my whole thing. I'm sorry, and some people disagree with me. If Randall's healthy, if Mitchell's healthy, like, that's a different fucking team. Let's be real here. You're talking
damn near playing the entire game.
18.6 rebounds. Add that to every single fucking game. Like, guaranteed that he's a bucket and he's a decent defender. He'll get rebounds. He'll go after boards. Like, yeah. And that's what I think a lot of people, just because he hasn't played since, you know what I mean? It's been months since he's played. Since, you know what I mean? So, no, he's not even in the back of people's minds anymore. And it's like, do you understand, if just that one guy, let alone Mitchell, if Mitchell was healthy for the playoffs, whatever. All right, throw him in the trash. That's the one person I think they should 100% get the fuck rid of. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I'm sorry. He's not a bucket. He can be 2 inches from the rim and still miss it. All right, and I mean, he can rebound. He's a decent defender, but that's it. When you have zero offense to give, like, it's like being a waste on the floor. Like, if you can't at least consistently get a bucket when you're in the paint as a big man, you're fucking damn near 7 foot tall. You're telling me you can't practice enough to make shots?
Yeah, I mean, he even had Jalen Brunson and essentially Dante DiVincenzo running ragged and damn near playing the entire game against the Indiana Pacers.
Okay, so hear me out. Tom Thibodeau in the NBA as head coach. Lost in conference finals. Lost in the first round. Lost in conference semifinals. Lost in first round. Lost in conference semifinals. Missed the playoffs. Lost in the first round. No playoffs in 2019. Lost in the first round 2021. Missed the playoffs 21-22. Lost in conference semifinals. Lost in conference semifinals. Do you see a trend here with Tom Thibodeau? The dude sucks.
I mean, see, that's hard for me. Listen, anybody who consistently gets to the playoffs, that you know what I mean.
I mean, for a good portion of his time in Chicago, Derrick Rose was fucking injured for the entire year.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie to you. For him to get a playoff
literally
team out of
everything in his
Bulls,
fucking knee.
like you talking about Boozer and Noah, and
that sounds like an excuse to me.
Yeah, it may be an excuse, but
hey,
who's your NBA team?
listen. As a Wizards fan, I'll take him. I'll take him right now. I'll take him right now.
I was gonna say, I guarantee
Like,
you, he turns the Wizards around and not only makes them an NBA playoff contending team, but a potential NBA championship team. Why? Because he is so focused on defense.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Cody.
Let's remember, the Wizards at one point had Michael Jordan. They've also had Gilbert Arenas. They still suck.
They had a shadow of Jordan.
They had a 39-year-old Michael Jordan who literally put his body on the fucking line to win championships. And as soon as he joined the Wizards, just to make him a marketable team, for crying out loud.
Gilbert Arenas, who takes pistols into the locker room and shoots his teammates in the legs. Come on, man.
I mean,
the Wizards are just
look. Tom Thibodeau would put Gilbert Arenas in fucking check. I dare you to tell me when I'm telling lies.
Nobody put him in check because he was always packing.
Look, Tom Thibodeau in the NBA
I don't do no fighting.
Belichick without winning championships. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean,
cool, you get to the playoffs, but if you ain't winning a title, what are you doing? Does it matter?
That's what Tom Thibodeau is.
I mean,
he doesn't win championships. That's my point.
Yeah, but
does it really matter?
If you listen, until he's out there shooting a free throw, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
I get that, Mac. But the point is, the object is to win championships, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Does it matter that you're getting to the playoffs? No, because you're not winning championships.
Yes,
that's what it's about. It ain't about being a participant. It's about winning the whole dadgum thing.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. But again, look at some of the rosters, the playoff rosters that he drugged to the fucking playoffs. Like there's been at least 3 seasons where half of his guys were injured. Yes. Thank you. And see,
do you notice a trend? You're saying all these years he had all these injuries. He's not winning championships. Do you think it might be something with his coaching style that his players are getting hurt? Or his coaching style that he's not winning championships?
Oh my God, he runs his players ragged.
Some people
he's coaching his
are
players
just injury prone.
to play an entire fucking game.
Like I mean, like I said, unless something came out when they were like, yeah, you know, coach is always pushing us super hard in practice and always doing like. You know what I mean? Then it would be like, okay, maybe it's his coach style. But nobody's ever came out and said nothing like that about him. So again, for me, it's just like this. He's had some bad luck, but he's been damn good at having bad luck. And that's all I'm saying. I'm saying he's better than what my team has ever had.
Like I said, Joakim Noah, Joey. Jesus.
I
Christ.
get what you're
Jimmy
saying.
Butler,
You're missing.
like,
You're missing my
everybody
point.
from the
No,
Chicago
I
core
get-
went where Tom Thibodeau went.
I get what you're
Okay,
saying.
but they still didn't win a title.
Is
Yeah,
he
and
keeps-
Jimmy
he
didn't
keeps
win a
getting to
title
the
with the
dance,
Philadelphia 76ers either.
but he keeps leaving with no date. Okay, I 100%. He going to the
That's-
dance, but he's leaving
That's
without
my
a date.
point. If
And-
you're
and
not
I
winning rings, you
100%.
ain't winning shit. Congratulations, you got a trophy for participating. You took a bad team. You took a bad team and
participation trophy
participated.
for participating. LeBron would be the fucking GOAT in that category.
Well, I mean, you got to make the playoffs first. And
I was
ain't
about
made
to
the
say he
playoffs.
didn't participate this year.
Nope.
No, he did not. 100% agree with that take. Gotta love any coach that can bring a team projected.
Still make 5-7 seed. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean,
I
is he the
totally get
best
that.
coach in the league? Not even close. Is he the? No, he's nowhere near the. I don't even think he's top 10 in the league. Okay, but I will comfortably say he's in the top 15.
He's one of the most underrated head coaches in the league right now.
Well, I mean, but you and for Vandy's point, point for Vandy. If you don't make it at least to the finals, it really doesn't matter.
Yes. No,
And we've
completely
seen
agree.
this. We've seen this. Look at Doc Rivers. Look how many times he's made it to the playoffs, but got no motherfucking cherry, and he's bounced from team to team to team.
So real quick, do you think Phil Jackson would have let one of his players go over and chirp at somebody on a microphone calling a game?
I mean,
I
Scottie
mean,
Pippen chirped him on a microphone.
If I will
Answer
say
the
this.
question: do you think Phil Jackson would allow one of his players to go
Knowingly, no.
and then
Knowingly,
Scottie
no.
Pippen did it.
Again, I'll say this. Knowingly, no. But is he going to be able to sprint over and stop? Probably not. Probably not. But
Phil Jackson would have made him sit his butt on the bench?
oh
and
yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
done.
Oh, for sure. There would have definitely been some type of discipline.
Tom Thibodeau
Like
was
him.
sweet for letting his player go over there and chirp at Reggie Miller. He should have kept his mouth shut. You don't chirp until it's over with.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I'll agree to that.
That whole series changed. That whole series changed the second he went over and took his headset off and whispered in his ear. That whole series changed.
Yeah. But, Mac, since you are a Wizards fan, it looks like you got another.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my brother. That is my brother.
Jerry Stackhouse to Washington coming soon.
Don't wish that upon me. Don't wish that upon me.
He won a G League title.
What the? Come. All right.
What does a
Listen,
G
listen,
League title have to do
You
with
just talked
anything?
about Thibodeau, and you gonna turn around and wish Stackhouse on me? You know what? Okay.
Hey, one's got
All
a title.
right, let's. You know what? Let's
Listen.
get out of
I'll-
New York
I'll take
and
NBA
let's
playoffs
take a
for
trip
6
a
fucking
little.
years over a G League title any fucking day. At least we went to a dance. Okay. You went to a parking lot with a fucking with a pop-up tent.
Uh-oh. Somebody's got something to say about the Wizards.
Yeah, he lead at sucking.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. He leaded the most mediocre bullshit. Like again, chirping,
Yeah, they
chirping
were,
to come back and
they
bite
were
you in
a
the
little
ass.
stupid for kind of signing Kyle Kuzma to that type of deal. Let's be
Yeah, I mean, listen. Let me talk to you.
yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay, the Jordan Poole Kuzma was one of the worst fucking decisions I've ever goddamn seen. On top of that, speaking of fucking chirping, this motherfucker had the audacity to try to call out the motherfucking Detroit Pistons. What was the final record, motherfucker? What was the final record?
Oh,
We have
man.
what?
Look.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna just say this. John Wall and Bradley Beal. That was the best chance for the Wizards to win something. Oh dear, no.
I mean,
no,
I
We
take
have
him over
breaking
that
news.
house.
The
no,
Damn.
no, no.
We have breaking news. The Washington Wizards have hired LeVar Ball for general manager. His
Sounds
first
about
act
right.
of duty is to bring in LaMelo Ball.
Oh, Lena depressing me every year. We're in a rebuild. Unfortunately, the Wizards cannot
Bro,
do that.
we cannot get an
Yeah.
early round pick to save
Yeah.
our lives. And then we finally do. We finally do.
Mhm.
We get the number 2. And there's no one to draft. There's nobody. There's nobody in this draft that is worth an actual number 2 pick. Let's be
Talk
honest.
to
I
him.
mean, I feel like most of these guys are like late first rounders. So it's like, can we just trade? Can we trade this first round pick? I mean, shit. At this point, I'll trade you the 2nd overall pick for TJ McConnell compared to the fucking shit that's in this goddamn draft. I am fucking pissed. I'm pissed.
Would you take
I'd
Bronny
rather have
James?
the 10th pick.
Wait.
Would
I
you
got
take
the perfect-
Bronny?
I got the perfect scenario for you.
Oh God.
The Wizards have all this cash from saving all the money on their talent over the past 57 years. Take some of that money, go draft Bronny James, sign your buddy King James, and then you can have the James dad and son, and then LeVar Ball as GM, and he can bring in all 3 of his kids, and you can have the James Ball show.
I mean, listen. I mean, at this point, I would take that. I would take that and run with it. Listen to me. I believe it or not, I was talking shit to Cody the other day, and I said,
Yeah.
man, you know what? They might as well.
Cody is telling it like it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's the whole point. Like, we might as well. We might as well. At least we'll get a shot at LeBron. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine LeBron coming here the last 2 years of his career? Like, could you imagine him coming here the last 2 years of his career like MJ? Spend the last couple of years in the league just playing for the Wizards with Bronny. Like, but why not? Why not? I mean, they might get to the playoffs.
There are serious discussions in Atlanta of them taking Bronny number 1 overall and going after LeBron.
I mean,
LeBron
that
actually wants to
I'm not
go
gonna lie.
to Atlanta.
They got a decent bench. If Trae Young's healthy, and I mean, hey,
Yeah, but they're basically going to trade that entire bench just to get LeBron.
So
somebody, man. Oh, you don't like that, huh? You don't like them jokes, huh? Yeah.
So here's something funny for you. Ever since his sophomore year in high school, Bronny James has been listed at 6'4".
Good for him.
Did you see what happened at the combine?
Good
He's
for
like
him. The
6'1"
man
and
was
a
still
quarter.
averaging a single triple and
But
fucking
wait.
USC. Now, albeit granted, he had a serious incident go down. But
Okay, but you changing the topic here. He's been listed at 6'4" since his sophomore year in high school. He gets to the combine. What do you think they measured him at? 6'1".
1 and a quarter.
Yeah, he's 6'1". He ain't no 6'4". They've been listing him at 6'4" since his sophomore year of high school. Come on, man.
I mean, if you ever seen him stand next to LeBron James, you knew he was 6'1", 6'2". I mean, that's clear as day. Like, his little brother is bigger than him. Now, his little brother is like 6'5", 6'6". So seeing him stand, like, you can clearly see he's a good 4 or 5 inches taller. So there's so many NBA players that are listed at a completely different height. Come on, how many years was Kevin Durant listed at 6'9"? That motherfucker ain't been 6'9" since he was in high school.
yeah, I'll agree to that.
Like DeMarcus Cousins measures in at 6'11", and Kevin Durant's taller than he is. I mean, let's be real here.
The math ain't mathing.
Right.
And math ain't been my best. Math was never my best subject in school. But I mean, if Kevin Durant is taller than DeMarcus Cousins, something ain't right.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they're eliminated. That's where they are. Get your
sure-
ass on here so we can
they
talk
sure-
about it.
they're in Boca. Where are you at? Where are you at? You're at work. They're on vacation.
No, they're not in Boca. They're in fucking Cancun.
They better go to
That's
Europe
where
and
the
learn.
fucking Knicks are.
They better go to Europe and get some of them Euro players over there.
I mean, listen. They definitely improved the bench a little bit.
Yeah,
But I mean, again,
they
if
need
Randall
to do
comes back
something in
healthy,
the off season.
they definitely have options. If they can pick up some decent role players, I mean, they could be a dangerous team next year as long as the majority of them, like obviously DiVincenzo's going to be there, Brunson's going to be there. I think
Knicks will definitely be
Haverstein
there.
or
There's no
Havenstein.
question about that. All right. Let's take a.
Keep talking that shit. You come on to Baltimore. You better come on. I wish you would. We going to an O's game.
All right, let's take a little trip away from Baltimore. Let's go somewhere. Oh God, as much as I hate saying it, let's go somewhere like Boston. But before we get into this segment, a little fun fact about the 4 teams that are in the conference finals right now. There are 18 total championships between the 4 teams. 17 of them belong to Boston. Now, speaking of the Celtics, look, this is one of, if not the greatest franchises in NBA history. And albeit they won a championship back in 2008, and God, that was a one-hit wonder fucking team. Once again, they find themselves in a familiar position of being in the conference finals. This time against the Indiana Pacers. Now, not only did Boston put up the best record in the NBA, but practically ran through almost every team in the playoffs that were put in front of them. Is this Boston's best chance to not only get back to, but also win the NBA Finals? Or will this season be a failure of epic proportions?
I mean, I don't see how you can call it a failure when Denver was the odds-on favorite to win it all to start the year.
Yeah, but
Boston
look at the
wasn't.
talent that Boston has, though.
Yeah,
They
they
have
got
had
it.
chance after chance after chance. Look, if Boston didn't lose to the Miami Heat in what was it? 2021, 22. Look, all I'm saying is if Boston got to the NBA Finals instead of the Miami Heat, not only we go 7 at best, and Boston finally wins. They beat Denver in the NBA Finals.
Okay, let's talk about the talent that Boston has. They got a big white boy, 7-footer that shoots 3-pointers from Vanderbilt. Is that the talent you bragging on? Come on, man.
Are you assuming I'm from fucking Boston? Nah! New Jersey, baby. Go there. You'll get some of the best bagels, some of the best food that you've ever seen. But look, like I said, this is Boston's best chance to not only go to the NBA Finals, but also win an NBA Finals just because the Denver Nuggets got knocked out. And I'm telling you right fucking now, I'm going to quote Shannon Sharp on this shit. If Boston fails to win a championship, this is a failure of epic fucking proportions.
I don't agree.
Of course you don't. Why the fuck would you?
I mean,
Because they weren't projected to win the title to begin with.
They posted the best record in the league. They were 64-18 for crying out loud.
Cool. That don't make them the odds-on favorite.
Fucking talent they have.
To be a failure, you have to be projected to be the best, and they weren't projected to be the best.
I mean, I listen. I highly disagree.
They've gone to the conference
I feel like if they don't,
long.
If they don't do something, then I mean they gotta win a championship. They have been too good for too many years.
Yes, disappointment 100%. But epic failure? No, man, stop. They weren't predicted to win the finals to begin with.
Oh,
so you can't fail at winning the finals if you weren't predicted to win the finals.
Yeah, they were second overall odds favorite.
Hey, tell me I'm wrong.
Like I said, it'd be a big disappointment. But when you're not the odds-on favorite to win it, you can't fail at winning something you weren't the odds-on favorite to win.
Okay, so I'm going to say this from what we can see now. Right, I feel like
I'm gonna just leave that there.
Of the four teams left, they should win it. But if they don't, I could see a team like Dallas coming in there and knocking them off with all the star power that they've got. I can see that.
Yeah, and then Boston's season would have been a failure because
it's not a failure.
Shannon again, they are window shopping for fucking greatness.
I think your definition of failure is different than mine.
Thibodeau was a failure, but these Boston Celtics aren't failures.
You're missing.
Thibodeau's a failure. Thibodeau wasn't. I mean, look, by half the
I didn't say he was a failure. I said he sucked.
You talked about his fucking failures and losing in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
I said he sucked. That's
so the
all
Boston Celtics haven't sucked?
That's
in the
not
time
what
that
I
they've
said.
Not only been to the conference finals, but also in 2021 when they went to the NBA finals against the Warriors?
Okay, calm down. Listen to the words. Yes, it will be a huge disappointment if Boston doesn't win it. But it can't be considered a failure to not do something you weren't expected to do.
Fuck. What?
They were not expected to win the NBA title. Denver was. Therefore, you can't say they failed at their expectation.
I'm just saying, if I would have bet on any team to win, like at the beginning of the season, I was going to be like, I'm going to put my money on somebody. I would have put my money on Boston. Like Boston, they've got a great bench. They got great role players. The team plays great. They can score 120 points every game.
But sometimes it's about matchups. I think Dallas matches up man for man very well with Boston. Would it be a huge disappointment? Yes. Would it be an epic failure? No.
Yes.
I disagree.
You are smoking that blue stuff from New Mexico, my friend.
I mean, if you're not projected to do it, then you can't say...
There's this little thing called upset.
Okay, listen to me. If you're not projected to do something, you can't fail at not doing what you weren't projected to do.
Oh, boy. I mean, look, yes, the Boston Celtics have a 2-0 lead on the Indiana Pacers right now, and granted, last night was probably Indiana's best chance to even steal a game in Boston. I can honestly still see Indiana taking it in 7 games against Boston.
Look, I mean, listen, when you got 3 of your 5 starters that can't even hit 15 points regularly, you're going to have problems.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have problems. Like, and that's essentially what it has been. And
Okay.
then, especially when you have 4 of your starting 5 guys who can't score more than 16 points. When you have a game like that, that's inexcusable.
Okay. So let's talk about this real quick. You saying last night was the best chance Indiana had to win a game in Boston, right?
Yeah.
That's not what I said. That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's what I said. Yes.
Okay. So think about this. Sans the worst 25 seconds in the history of NBA basketball, and a couple minutes last night, Indiana should be up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, Boston kept getting in their own way. And Indiana should have capitalized, but I'll tell you what,
Game one
that
had
fucking
to be
leprechaun on center court, it does something. I don't know what it is, but it does something.
But yes, sans 25 seconds of worst basketball in the history of the NBA, Indiana easily wins game 1.
Yeah, and they should have. But, I mean, look, if Boston takes game 3 not in Indiana, the series is officially over.
Yes.
Like, I'll say this. I will say that it's funny how people are like, oh, yeah, Boston took game 1. It was Indiana's best chance. Agreed. Is the series over? No. The series ain't fucking over. You're just saying stupid bullshit to get an easy fucking paycheck.
Yeah, I mean,
We still got 7 games to go.
The series is pretty much locked in. Now,
like
is
I said,
is anything possible? Yes, LeBron proved to us anything is possible. When a team comes together and they play good enough basketball and they play team ball, they can win. All right, we've seen it a handful of times.
That's the thing, Mac. This series ain't over with. When you look at each game individually, Indiana has been the better team.
No, I mean, absolutely. Their shooting percentage has been phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, pure luck is the reason why Boston is up 2. But understand this, that not only do they have luck, they have the talent. They've got the bench. And then again, the fact that I keep hearing commentators say, oh, the Pacers can run a team off the floor. Bro, every team has stepped up and has been really, really close. Boston, I mean, again, like I said, the role players with Boston come in a key factor, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this. So does the Pacers. Okay? They're back up. TJ McConnell is so fucking underrated, okay? You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of, and I'll say this, a better Dellavedova.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. The fact that he can play defense from one end all the way down to the other. Now, is it great defense? No, but is he keeping up with your ass the whole way down the court? Is he making you think? Is he making you have to stop? Wait, hold on. Well, he's everywhere. He's like a fucking gnat. You can't get him. And that's I love that. I hate that it's going against Boston, but I love the fact that, I mean, he's a great player, especially coming off the bench. I mean, he can get you 3 rebounds, fucking 6 points, and 3 assists. You're hitting every category coming off the bench. Bro, I love that. I don't need you to score 20, but I know if that motherfucker gets out behind that 3-point line, he could.
That is it. Just get the crucial points. And that has what made Indiana get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And Nate Smith is doing a really good job, too.
Mm-hmm.
Another Vandy guy.
That's why I shouted him out.
What about Cornette?
Who?
Nasty.
What about Cornette?
Ooh.
Cornette. Oh, center.
The big white boys out here shooting
I
threes.
listen.
Damn.
I wish he had more confidence.
Damn.
He doesn't
Sorry,
have a lot of confidence.
sorry,
at
I'm
all.
distracted by hockey right now. Florida is in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I would take my glasses off, but I'm trying to see where the hell is Nashville?
Cool.
He's like,
We don't
he's
play in
like
the
the
East.
same place New York is, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're in the same place that the Knicks are in.
Exactly.
JK,
Back to the
baby.
drawing board. Ah, shit.
And
Oh,
I'll go as far as saying the best goalie in the NHL won't be a Nashville Predator next year.
Sergey?
No,
Then who?
UC Soros.
Well, we will see. We will see. Right
I
now,
don't think he'll be back.
Right now, I think this series between Florida and New York, it looks like it might go 7 games, but I mean, if Florida finishes them off, damn. But look, we are going to take our final commercial break before we get into the next few things, and damn, are there some good ones in the final act of this show. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss it.
Boy, that's mediocre.
Then what the f are you doing?
I was drinking that.
No, you were surviving it. Give excitement a try with Bones Coffee. Click on the link below to order some for yourself. Here. Whoa is right. That substance you were sipping before is what we in the industry refer to as ass water. Sure, it technically has caffeine, but at Bones Coffee, we believe in the experience of waking up every morning looking forward to that first tasty cup. That's why we roast carefully selected beans in small batches to perfection, so you can count on quality in every cup. And not only that, Bones has a ton of fabulous flavors from which to choose.
Hey, did someone mention flavors? Highland Greg, pleasure to meet you.
What'll it be, Greg?
You know, I've been hankering for the spiced rum flavor of Highland Grove, please.
Greg, I'm surprised by the size of your bagpipe.
Ugh, it's not the size of the bagpipe that matters, laddie.
Yeah, it's how hard you blow it. Yeah, let's leave the talking to me.
Oh, gee, I just got back from chasing some hosers out of the curling rink. I could go for some maple bacon coffee right about now.
Coming right up.
Hey kid, you single?
Yeah.
That's why this place looks like
Here you are, my salty siren.
Thanks. I need the salted caramel chocolate pick-me-up after dealing with this loser.
How in the world are all these people getting in here?
We just walked in. Click on the link below to stop drinking water and get yourself Bones Coffee today. Or maybe you don't want to click on the link below because you think, flavored coffee's not for me. That was Sarah G's experience. She says, usually flavored coffees taste chemically to me, but these do not. They have a really pleasant aroma and flavor. They do not leave that weird residue on the bottom of your mug like many flavored coffees do. And Cheryl S. says, I ordered this for my son's GF for a B-day. She loves it. Why, Cheryl, that's awfully nice of you. Unfortunately, they broke up and I can't return it. Frowny face. Well, that's awkward. At least she liked it, though. Stop settling for mediocrity and order Bones Coffee today.
All right, so you've obviously bought some Bones Coffee at your Walmart. How does it taste?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty darn good. Like 100%. Like I would recommend. Like I said, from the flavors I had the salted caramel one. That one was good. I had the holy
Did you
cannoli
have
one.
a French toast?
Yeah, I had a French toast one, and I had a s'mores one.
Ooh, Jesus, those sound good. Damn.
Ooh. Sorry.
What's going on right now?
No, Burns threw a bouncer, and he still swung. Like, and it
Damn.
bounced about 2 or 3 feet in front of the plate, and he swung through.
I'll tell you what's crazy right now. So we got Juan Soto. We're gonna get into the baseball things here. We got Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals, and nobody else other than, yeah, you better do what you're doing, because I'm going to say it, Gunnar Henderson. All 4 of those guys are in the race for AL MVP. Woo! You couldn't ask for a better list right now.
14 fucking home runs. 14 home runs already. Like,
bro,
I'm just
saying,
the
list is stacked for
like,
AL MVP.
He could beat Cal Ripken's record for the Orioles. Okay, Cal Ripken has the most home runs in Orioles history.
Yep, talk to me.
So, I mean, you're talking over 500 home runs. And, I mean, like, you're talking about a guy, and it could take Cal's single season record. I think, what was it, 51?
Or I'll
something.
tell you one thing, ain't nobody touching Cal's, like, constant
Iron Man. Iron Man.
Ain't nobody touching that record.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, consecutive games played. I mean,
yes,
like
thank you. That's
you're talking about, those are God numbers. Those are God-like numbers. And I'm sorry, because again, it's not only playing at that level for that many years, staying healthy, staying active. I mean, it's a laundry list of things that went into play with that. But again, you're talking about a guy who's going to go out there and give you everything he's got every single game. Like, the fact that if his dad wasn't one of the managers and coaches, literally there was times where, you know, they're playing spring ball and they're calling it, you know, it's 5th inning. Come on. No. All right, 7th inning. All right, come on. No. And I mean, that's Cal Ripken, baby. That was Cal Ripken. I actually ordered one of the Dirty Bird pinstripe jerseys. So it's got the old logo. It's got the old logos. So it's got both. It's got the actual Oriole bird. It's got the Oriole head. It's black with the orange pinstripes. It was my favorite. I finally found one. Yes.
Damn, I'm gonna tell you what. Give me the 2000s. What is it? The 2000s Orioles logo. That was a look. I'm gonna just say this. Unfortunately, right now the Orioles logo looks a little bit cartoonish. If I might,
I love it. That was our original.
Look, I love it too. Like it's a love-hate in my opinion. I love it, but at the same time, like, look. Go back to the 2000s logo. That was a chef's kiss.
I'm so I'm like, as a kid, I was upset that we actually had an actual Oriole bird on our hats, on our jerseys, and it was like, I wanted the cartoon logo. I because our mascot, that's what our mascot looked like. So when you change the image in the 90s to the actual Oriole bird, it was like the mascot's still the same. He looks the same.
Yeah.
Put the mascot back on, and eventually the ownership said, you know what? Let's change back, and they sold more merchandise than they had in probably fucking 10 years.
Well, hey, if they're selling merchandise, I mean, like Tom Thibodeau, if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. I mean, look, they're winning. They got a badass logo. We're gonna get to some logos in a minute when it comes to Major League Baseball right now. But
the
last
MVP
week
race is gonna be it's gonna be down to the wire. Let's be honest. Like we need to get in the dog days of August. Okay. Like
I'm telling you.
That's when I mean it's going to be one of the biggest topics.
Absolutely. AL MVP, like Bobby Witt Jr. is having himself this season. I know this because I've been watching the Kansas City Royals. They are sneaky fucking good right now. But you know who else is sneaky fucking good? The fucking Baltimore Orioles.
No, I wouldn't say we're sneaky good. Everybody knows who we are at this point. If I'm going to give honorable mentions here, if I'm giving honorable mentions here, I'm saying, listen, sneaky team, Oakland A's. Oakland A's been a sneaky ass team this motherfucking year. All right, we talking sneaky teams. We talking the motherfucking Tigers this year. Okay, we talking sneaky motherfucking teams. Like, bro, and again, and I'll give the Royals their props. I will 100% give the Royals their props. Okay.
If not the top 10 teams in baseball right now. It's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie when I say this. I love the Braves, but the Braves have been costing me money on parlays.
You hear that, Andrew? Costing money.
I mean, just I understand you can't win all of them, but I'm noticing a trend of change here.
I mean,
we had big
Phillies
shit talk.
They got a 7-game lead over the Atlanta Braves right now. Who wins the NL East?
I mean, I'm still going to give it to the Braves because it's still you're still in the first half of the season, so it's not like you're not nail biting or anything like that. Because I mean, again, they have a great bullpen. They've got hitters. It's just, again, it's one of those things. Baseball's a bitch sometimes. If you're not getting the hits and you're getting walks and then throwing into double plays, like, I mean, again, it's baseball. Baseball is a game. Again, you have to play it a certain way. You can't play every team the same way. I mean, and Atlanta is really good, but again, it's just one of those things.
Right. Yeah, so it's one of those things like, oh, so they're on a skid, but baseball is also a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely.
But speaking of the Atlanta Braves, now last week it was a bit of a brain teaser with the correct name of the player being Lorenzo Cain. Man, I try to look, when I'm doing cardio workouts and I'm doing baseball workouts, especially for cardio, man, I try to take the strides that man is taking. Woo! That man can fucking run. Let me talk to you.
Henderson for the double.
Get some, Gunner.
Woo, 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 woo. Hit him with the sprinkler, baby.
The MV. Oh, my. How about that hydration station for the home run?
Oh, my dude. One of a kind, baby. One of a kind.
We're going to get into that next week. I promise you that. Now, this week, for Name That MLB Player, it might be one of, if not the easiest players to guess. Now, Andrew, I hope you're watching. I hope you're listening, because if you don't get this man's career right, or if you don't get this player right based on his career path, let me talk to you. Now, this player got his career started playing for the Chicago Cubs, and he would be there for quite a while, playing from 1986 until 1992. However, in 1993, he would move on to the Atlanta Braves, and much like the Cubs, would play with them for quite a while, being with them until 2003. In 2004, he would find himself back in a familiar uniform and a familiar team, playing for the Chicago Cubs again. And he would be with the Cubs until 2006. Unfortunately, during the year 2006, he would also go to the Dodgers as well. After that, he would spend some time with the Padres in 2007. But over the course of 2008, not only was he still on the Padres, but he would find himself back on the Dodgers that same year before calling it a career. This man was a pitcher. You're gonna lose it when I tell you who this dude is.
It's not. Did he throw the knuckleball?
If you're thinking of Tim
No, then it's
Wakefield,
not him.
oh, okay. He
Um,
might have. His stat, oh my god, this man was like a NL ERA leader for quite a while.
does his last name start with a B?
No.
Then I'm going no, it's not Fielder. It's
Again, he was a pitcher. Starting pitcher. Imagine the next guy up after Nolan Ryan, who was just devastating at pitching.
You talking Maddox?
Yes, sir! Greg Maddux. That's who it was.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have no clue what other teams he played with other than the Braves. Like the 5 cards I have of him are all with the Braves.
I mean, look,
So
the Braves core that they had, you had Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux. Oh, just unfreaking real. A chef's kiss, for crying out loud.
we got one on the board,
yes,
baby.
He was part of that World Series 1995 winning team. Oh, insane. And I mean, look, as soon as I saw the numbers, I mean, I think the guy had, if I'm not mistaken, I believe a damn near 3.5 career ERA.
Yeah, no, I mean that's damn good.
Yeah, absolutely. But so we talked about the Orioles. They have an awesome logo. Chicago Cubs, Greg Maddux played with them. Awesome logo as well. Atlanta Braves, amazing logo. Not even going to lie. So do the LA Dodgers. But I know a team that's got the best logo in baseball, baby. So, in your opinion, who has the best logo in Major League Baseball?
So I mean, I'll be biased here. Obviously I'm gonna say mine. Okay, but
Okay, yeah.
historical standing, it's yours. Okay, I mean let's be honest here. It's half of the Major League Baseball logos are garbage. They're garbage.
I mean,
Yours is iconic, historic, and it'll never change like that. So you know what I mean? Like it's everywhere. It's been in everything. It's been in TV shows, cartoons. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, I mean so for me, if you're talking like next best logo, and it sucks because it's no longer the logo, would have been the Cleveland Indians logo.
Yeah.
I love the Cleveland Indians logo. That
oh
shit,
my god,
the
tribal Indian logo? Are you, especially on the hat? Are you kidding me? Oh,
Bro.
Give me that any day of the friggin' week.
I mean, it's iconic. It's iconic.
It really is. I mean, hell, I have an Arizona Diamondbacks hat, and just that A alone, like, especially for modern day, that's one of the best logos in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, see, like I understand. Like letters to me are basic. That's basic. I mean, I want a logo. I want to. You're like look at the jersey you got on right now. Like it's a name, but now look at your arm. You see exactly. That's a dope graphic.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and
look,
then the one Chihuahua jersey, like I've seen a Chihuahua jersey with the Chihuahua on it, and that shit looked hard as hell. Like,
hey, if you ever find yourself in El Paso, hit me up. We will catch a Chihuahuas game. Man, you are gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
Look, I was so blessed that me, my wife, and a buddy of ours went to the game when Fernando Tatis Jr. himself was down there serving his suspension. And oh my God, the dude went like 3 for 3, 4 for 4, few hits, 2 home runs, something. The man went nuts. But I mean, look, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, when it comes to the Baltimore Orioles, even if they have the classic cursive O or even the cartoonish bird, that's easily one of the best logos if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I will say that we were lucky enough that we had enough creative people to come up with that. Like I said, the how we ever went away from it is crazy because that was one of the original that was the original one back in the 60s and into the 70s and then the 80s.
Oh man.
It's like the Angelos really knew how to fuck Baltimore. Fucked up the logo, fucked up the team. Like shit.
I mean, hey, I look at it this way. They had, oh God, it was like what, 2-3 years ago that they had over 100 losses. They about to be competing with the Yankees for almost over 100 wins.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the plan. I mean, listen, as for me, if we hit 90, I'm happy. I'm happy. So we need to hit 100. Listen, as long as we get to the show and show up at the show, that's all I give a fuck about. I don't care about regular season record as long as we're in the fucking playoffs. All right. And again, we now have a good bullpen. By hopefully by the playoffs, Batista will be completely healthy. John Means is healthy this year. We got Corbin Burns.
Freaking prospect factory that you're pumping out.
And then again, you got O'Hearn, you got Mountcastle, you got Henderson, you got Rushman,
Jackson Holiday.
I mean, well, he's back in the minors, so he's not with the big boys right now.
Exactly. Yeah. But look, all he
and
needs
then
to do
don't
is
forget
score.
Moo Cowser.
Moo Cowser, that's right. The best. Oh my God, I was watching Quick Pitch one morning. Best thing I saw. It was a cow, and it was damn near identical to fucking Bowser.
Yeah, what is it? Dude, so they dress up like cows. I think it's in right field, and they dress up like cows behind him, and they'll moo. But when he gets a hit, everybody will moo. And
yeah, they're not booing, they're mooing.
Exactly. So that's the first baseman said. He's like, why are they booing you? He's like, it's not boos, it's moos. And as he's trotting the plates.
No, trust me. Look, I know all about that. Being a Giants fan, when they had Victor Cruz in 2011, 2012, every time he caught the ball, and this was en route to another Super Bowl win, my mother didn't even know who Victor Cruz was. Every time he caught the ball, they were like, Cruz. And my mother, why are they booing them? They're not, Mom, they're not booing them. They're saying Cruz.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was one of the few guys where I was really happy he got paid.
Yes. Oh my God. Especially the salsa dancing that he was doing in the end zone. How do you compete with a celebration like that?
You don't.
I'll tell you what, though. Next week, we are going to get into some home run celebrations for some teams. But for right now, we got some weekend baseball predictions to make. Now, so we got teams that are currently playing right now, but starting off Saturday, we got Toronto at Detroit. Who is it?
Give me Detroit. Give me Detroit. I'm taking Detroit.
Okay.
For the series. For the series. I don't know if they'll win every game, but I think Detroit takes the series.
Okay. Oh, wow. Bold pick. I like it. I'll take Detroit too. I mean, they're a young team that's severely underrated. Unfortunately, they're in the AL Central and they're competing against who is it? The Twins and the Indians, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we got the Giants going into Citi Field to take on New York, and it ain't the Yankees.
You said who's going to the Mets?
San Francisco.
I mean, I like the Mets going up against the Giants, but I think the Giants wind up pulling the series.
I was going to say,
I mean, it's really all about pitching. Like with that one, it's about pitching. That's all.
So Saturday's matchup is Jordan Hicks versus Luis Severino. So it might be a pitcher's duel.
Give me the Mets. I'm gonna take him.
I think I'm gonna take the Giants on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this was one of, if not the most bizarre endings in baseball that I have ever seen. And I saw the ending in the the 2013 World Series between the Red Sox and the Cardinals, for crying out loud, in St. Louis. Oh my God. You know the ending I'm talking about, right? Where the Red Sox third baseman got in the way of the St. Louis runner?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Baltimore at Chicago taking on the White Sox.
Baltimore.
Yep. Give me Baltimore. All right, next game up. We are going into the noon game. We got the Rangers at Minnesota taking on the Twins.
Give me the Twins.
Might have to, I was gonna say.
I like the Twins bullpen more.
Yeah,
because the Rangers can hit, but they've had too many inconsistent games.
Yeah, I was going to say, give me the Minnesota Twins. I mean, the defending champs look like they're struggling right now, and it ain't a good thing. All right, so we are getting into the later afternoon games. We got Atlanta going into Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates.
You said the Braves, right?
Yeah, Braves are taking on the Pirates.
Braves getting their ass whipped last time I checked.
Woo.
It was 7-0 the last time I looked at the score.
Woo.
So,
what's the score right now?
A
lot to a little, I assume. Ooh, yeah. Definitely a lot to a little. The Pirates.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, so I mean, they got a shot. They got a shot.
They got a shot, yeah, but it's the bottom of the eighth in Pittsburgh.
I mean, it's 5-11. It was 0-7.
Yeah, but
I
mean, 11-5 doesn't do it much justice either.
Hey, again, you know, we've seen more marvelous comebacks than that. So it's not over until it's over. This is baseball, baby.
I mean, I'll say this right now. Kansas City is up 8-1 on the Tampa Bay Rays. We're going to get into Kansas City in a bit.
And what did I say about the Rays? What did I say about the Rays? I said that they're just not it's not the same from last year. Like again, you're losing your best starting pitcher in Glasnow. Okay, that right there. If you think that that's not going to lose you at least 15 games, that's 15 games gone. You're not winning those.
Absolutely.
And
Even
I'm
Andrew
underselling.
said it
I'm
best.
underselling.
They are a team that is competing for third place in the AL East right now. Like, it
Baseball
doesn't
is
get
exciting.
much accurate than that.
No, not
All
at all.
So we're in agreement of Pittsburgh taking the series over Atlanta. Or do
Is it? Hold on. Is it a 3-game series or 4-game series?
from what I'm seeing right now, it looks like a 3-game series, but just to be on the safe side, let me check the ESPN app real quick. 3-game series.
They're losing right now, so you know what? I like the spicy shit. Give me Atlanta. Give me Atlanta winning the series. They'll win. They'll win tomorrow, and they'll win Sunday.
Damn! So they win the series 2-1. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So next game up, we got what some baseball analysts have called this team the Cardiac Kids, the St. Louis, Seattle Mariners going into Washington to take on a very underrated team, being the Nationals.
Give me the Nationals. I get the Nationals for the series.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I could actually see that too. I mean, yeah, Seattle's good, but Washington is sneaky.
Oh, they've been stealing games from some of the better teams.
They have. They're like oh my. There's no words to describe just how good Washington is right now this season.
Yeah, they're playing up to competition. They're playing up to their competition. And that's what you want to see, especially with a young baseball team like that. And the bullpen is sneaky, and like you said, and they've got multiple guys on that team that can hit the fucking ball.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you want.
Have been delivering, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, look, Washington is definitely one of the teams that I'm looking out for. Another team I'm looking out for. Houston is making their way out to California to take on the Oakland A's.
So the Oakland A's versus who?
Houston Astros. I think Oakland takes the series.
Give me Oakland.
Yeah,
I'm with Oakland.
They're just, oh my God. Last year in Oakland, they're just like, all right, bet, watch this. We're going to ball out. Just unreal with this team, especially their closer, Mason Miller. Unreal.
It's been, I mean, oh, okay. Let's go, Timberwolves. Let's go.
Oh, shit. That's on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
Oh, Luke is cooking. He's already got 3 3-pointers.
God damn, my guy. All right.
Man,
so
look.
one of the biggest teams that are flying under the radar right now that could very well make a good playoff run, the Kansas City Royals go into Tampa Bay to take on the Rays. And I this is easily one-sided. Kansas City
Royals.
Yeah, exactly. They got Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino, Pasquatch, whatever the fuck you want to call them, Salvador Perez. I mean, the list goes on with this team. They got great hitting. They got great defense. Their pitching is sneaky good. Kansas City, all day, every day.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Kyrie currently has boom. Where's that? 4 points. 4 points in the it's already in the second quarter.
Jesus. Yeah, so I'd say Anthony Edwards took game 1 personal the other night. So we got a great game coming up right now for baseball. We got Milwaukee going into Boston to take on the Red Sox.
I mean, I want the Brewers to win. Give me the
Mhm.
Brewers. I hope the Brewers win.
I think the
Tuesday, I'll be at the game. Orioles versus
Ooh.
Boston. I hope we kick him in the fucking teeth, bro. I want to sit there and watch homer after him. I want to see Henderson homer. I want to see Cowser homer. Shit, I even want Santander to fucking homer.
I bet you won't see Rushman homer too.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. That works out well. But I mean, I want to see the hitters hit, baby. Don't get me wrong. Rushman's a hitter. Rushman's a hitter. But again,
absolutely.
listen,
Not saying he's not.
Rushman does enough on defense.
Yes.
Okay.
He gets the critical hit.
Listen, as good as our bullpen is, understand without Rushman, okay, it's just not as good. It's just not as good. He calls great games.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll say this: like you watch our games, and I can tell you what, there might be only a couple times throughout that game where you'll see that pitcher shake it off. No, I don't want. Listen. When Rushman tells you where to put that motherfucker, that's where you putting it.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. That video that I sent in our group chat when he was making his first start and all he did was just that like little turnaround to take it all in. Who says you can't be romantic in baseball? That was just a thing of fucking beauty.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like
take it in, kid. Take it in.
You have to be like that. You have to be like that. If
Absolutely.
you don't stop and smell the roses, especially like to understand you get to play one of the greatest games ever played, and this is what you do for a living.
And you were, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he was one of the top prospects for the Orioles.
Yeah.
Oh. You gotta love it. You got to love it. I'll tell you one thing I love, though. This might be easily top 5 rivalry in baseball because we got the Chicago Cubs going into St. Louis to take on the Cardinals.
So the Cardinals and who?
The Cubs are going into St. Louis to take on the Cardinals.
Give me the Cubs for the series, but I think Cardinals might they're gonna get one. They definitely gonna get one.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
So
right.
I mean, again, the Cardinals aren't that bad of a team. Like they're
not. No, they just need to get a few things together, but they'll get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I mean, they might. They might.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so, but
can.
They could. I mean, but we'll talk about that in a few months when it actually comes down to it. But you know,
absolutely. When it comes time, we will definitely talk about it. Speaking of something worth talking about, the LA Dodgers, who spent over $1 billion. They're on a bit of a losing skid right now. I believe they lost the series to the Diamondbacks of all teams. And
I
now
mean,
they
that's not super surprising. They lost the series to a good team. Like that's not. I mean,
now
again,
Arizona,
like
they're still trying to find some traction under their feet. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, this is a marathon, and like I don't care what you say. Like Ohtani's still kind of healing. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. Like it'd be different if Ohtani was completely healed and he was pitching. You know, once every 6-7 games. You know what I mean? Like it'd be a little different then. But for right now, I mean, again, it's progress, it's flow, it's people working together. It's you know what I mean? Like one step at a time here. Now, yes, they spent a lot of money, but they spent a lot of money to be good for the next probably 3-4 years.
Yes.
Okay, they're
So
not going anywhere. It's not going to be like the Mets where they're going to try. They push for this year. It's just this year. No, no, this is
no,
going to be every fucking year.
absolutely. I mean, they've been good in their division for damn near 10 plus years.
Yeah, I mean, they said fuck it. We watched the Yankees do it long enough. Let's just copy paste.
Well, unfortunately, the Dodgers can't get it done in the playoffs when it matters most.
Yep, 100%. I will give that to you all motherfucking day long. That is the one thing that the Yankees have done. They've had guys who could get it done.
Yeah. I mean, hell, 2017 was the best chance for the New York Yankees to win the World Series.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I mean, I'm
ran
gonna
into
say,
the
growing up,
cheating
the
Astros.
Yankees and the Patriots were like the top two teams.
Yes.
Those they were like synonymous with each other. They won multiple championships through the 2000s, and it was like you couldn't go nowhere without seeing a Patriots logo or a New York logo, and it was always
Absolutely.
championships. It was always all stars. It was all. I mean, like again, they're big things. They're big
Yeah.
things, and I mean, like I said, it's exciting, and at the end of the day, I love all sports for the history of it, because you never
Absolutely.
know when you're going to be watching history.
Not to mention when it comes time or when you have kids and they ask you about like, "Hey dad, how good was this team?" Let me talk to you about this team. My god, I got to witness that greatness. You know?
Oh yeah, that's why like for me, I am so pumped for the Orioles. Like you have to
Mm,
understand, I
right.
have never seen them in a World Series. Okay, let alone even thought about watching them win one.
I
And
mean,
for
right
us
now
to
they got
be,
players stacked to the brim that could easily carry them for the next 10, 15 years.
I mean, are we going to spend the money? That's
That's true.
that's my biggest thing is like, I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't, and especially like most of these guys that are going to play together, where you have Mountcastle, you have Hearn, you have Santander, you have Rushman, you've got
Mhm.
Henderson, you got Holiday coming up,
Yep.
and I
Hauser.
mean like these 5-6 guys are gonna they could be playing together, yes, for the next 10 years
Yeah.
as long as
Um,
we pay them.
yeah, absolutely. Give them what they're due and they will fucking play unless your name is Javier Baez. Anyways, so the LA Dodgers are going into Cincinnati to take on the Reds. Who you got?
Mm.
It's definitely going to be a tough series, but I could kind of see the Reds.
Mm. Hold on one second. No, I'm gonna take LA.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
gonna take LA for the series. For the series, obviously they're not winning right now,
Yeah,
but it's the top of the seventh. They're at bat. They got two guys on. I'm gonna let them finish cooking. But I think LA takes the series.
all right, fair enough. Now, it's taken nearly 50 games, but the Colorado Rockies are actually in double digits for wins. Unfortunately for them, Philadelphia is paying a visit.
I mean, Philadelphia is gonna win the series, but
Yeah,
again, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado stole one.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, they've
And
gotten
and
some
they're
pretty
playing
sneaky.
they're playing in Colorado.
Yep.
Okay, so since they're playing in Colorado, I'm just saying that's a hitter's field. Hitters hit, baby. Hitters hit, and I've seen multiple games where they've had over 10 hits this year.
Hmm.
So
Very interesting.
that's what I want
Uh
to see.
yeah. Uh Angels, or I should say Mike Trout. A lot of people are siding with Mike Trout based on his loyalty. I don't I don't blame him. But at the same time, Mike Trout could do better going to a different team to get the coveted World Series. Like, dude, you are better than the team you are on, for fuck's sake.
Listen. There's always going to be Barclays of the world
Yeah.
or of sports. Where
Yeah.
they're going to do great. They're going to win awards. They're going to be great, but look, it's just not in his destiny. It's just not in his destiny, unfortunately.
He's going to do a lot of great things in baseball. Unfortunately, winning a World Series is not one of them.
Mhm.
Speaking of World Series, Cleveland found themselves in a World Series in 2016. But they do take a trip out to LA to take on the Angels.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Cleveland. Like Sandoval might give him hell tomorrow, but or no tonight. But I think Cleveland. I think Cleveland winds up taking them.
Okay, fair enough. All right, second to last game, we got the New York Yankees versus the San Diego Padres, and the Padres been struggling quite a bit.
Give me the Yanks. Give me the Yanks. Just go ahead. Give me the Yanks. I mean, listen, Soto, Judge.
They got two players right now in the race for AL MVP. None too surprising.
Who's the blonde? The blonde guy that wears the big ass chain. Oh my God! Watch that.
Verdugo.
There you go. I love that motherfucker because he gets hit on a regular motherfucking base. I mean, oh man. So
yeah, this is definitely a Yankees team that I have been excited since probably 2017 when Giancarlo Stanton came to the team. Fun fact, Giancarlo Stanton has been away from the Miami Marlins for the last 7 to 8 years, and he is the one. I think Christian Yelich might be the second dude below him that leads the team in home runs. That's fucking crazy if you ask me. No, you're telling me nobody on the fucking Marlins could surpass 59 home runs in a single season? But then again, it's kind of hard to do when you got somebody like Giancarlo Stanton in his fucking prime.
The Orioles is what, 51? 50, I think it's 51. Cal can hit 51 home runs. That's the most my franchise has ever had. And we've had Frank Robinson. We had Brooks Robinson.
Giancarlo Stanton in his MVP year hit 59 home runs.
Okay, listen. And I'll take Brooke Robinson over his ass all day long. Mr. Golden Glove himself.
Fair enough. Speaking of the Marlins, Miami is going into Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks win the series.
Couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. This weekend of baseball is definitely going to be one to watch. Some teams might steal a game. Other teams, well, we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
All right. But it is Memorial Day weekend, my man. It is Memorial Day weekend. Man, have fun. Know your limits, but also have some fun. Thank you again for joining.
Oh man, it's always a pleasure. It's the best, best day of the week for me, bud.
Hey.
You know, like I love being here. I'm so excited. I'm pumped. Man, I look forward to being back here next week, and we'll see who's the winners and losers and where we stand.
Sir.
And of course, baseball as always, and hockey. It's getting down to nail biters, baby. Can the Rangers step up? Can they make history?
Yes, sir.
Or will they fold? Will they fold? We will find out next week and recap everything.
Sir. Yes, sir. Thank you again for joining.
It's been a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of your night, big man.
You do the same.
You know I will. All right. So that was today's episode of No Mercy Sports. We got a lot of stuff to talk about next fucking week. You are not going to want to miss it. Like I said, be sure to click the link in the description below of this video to sign up for the best VPN service that you can get anywhere. I mean, come on. You want your information out there for people to tactically acquirable, say? No. Sign up for NordVPN right now. Click the link in the description. You will not be sorry. Man, oh man, I'm excited for this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. Now, know your limits. Have fun, but know your limits. That is the one thing when it comes to Memorial Day weekend. Now, I will see y'all next week. There is definitely a lot of stuff worth talking about, and you're not going to want to miss it. Can it just be next week already? Okay. Until then, I will see y'all next week. Peace out.